Alright, Diva killed 2. You guys are kind of in a... What are we looking at? 2... Yeah, you guys are at disadvantage. And then you're hurt, and you get back. So you guys are at disadvantage. You got 2 of you guys are walking back from spawn. So you have to play this a bit passive. And then right now you just blew one of your bubbles. I think you used one earlier, so that should be your last bubble. And you didn't get any value out of it. So you're kind of preemptively bubbling here. Yeah, and I think that's what's gonna end up costing you your life here. Yeah, so you preemptively bubbled using your last one, and kind of want to keep one in the pocket most times. I usually try to not double bubble, full send, double bubble, and use it hella hard unless I'm cleaning up and it's time to just completely push. But you guys are at disadvantage, and you already have one down, so when you use it, I mean, and thing is, at times you can just use it, but when you approach that Hanzo, it has to be like almost jiggle peeking those pieces of cover, and especially when he got a storm arrow up. Once he got a storm arrow up, it's like you gotta just back up. I know the Mercy was pocketing you, but like I said, you have to play like you don't have help. And build that habit, and eventually then you'll get rewarded. When you do have help, you'll just be unstoppable a lot of the time. So just I think at that point it's fight was kind of lost, so you just kind of, you could play aggressive, but you have to like still be ready to back up. Like that Hanzo fight, you could take that, but you gotta kind of, with your bubble usage at that moment, you gotta take it a little slower, and or just outright win the fight with him if you can. But if you can't, you want to be in a position to be able to back up to your Mercy. And then your team starts to lose defenses. Or let me see. The soldier ults. You've got one pick, but it's still even because you're not back yet. So then, alright, Moira dies, so you guys are really disadvantaged now. So use a bubble on Ashe. This is part of the reason why I think, especially when you're trying to build energy, I think you should be selfish with your bubbles. So you build your energy, you get it to like maybe 50, 60, 80, whatever, and then you save them. Like you build them up. You don't need to worry too much about getting more energy. And then once you have 2, you can start kind of picking your spots where you want to give it to a teammate and stuff like that. So now you've used your second one. That was like a preemptive bubble because he's shooting, but Diva doesn't do enough damage from that distance to really get a lot of value out of that. So now you're like kind of have to be passive. You have no bubbles, and then it leads to yeah, it leads to that. You always kind of want to try to stagger your bubbles to have one in the pocket most times. You know, it's not always possible to have one in the pocket, but as best as you can. Alright, so everybody comes back in. Junkrat's gonna die. Moira is ulting. Okay, so this one isn't a horrible. It's not like a bad. It's a little preemptive. It's more like give her a little bit of time so people truly like they're focusing, but they're not hitting anything yet. I'd watch her health a little bit and then throw it, but you got some value out of it because it looks cracked. So that one should be fine. And then here, yeah, that was definitely too early. Like, let me go back a little bit. You want to basically force them to shoot you. You want to get in the Diva's face. And if you don't have a lot of charges, fine. A lot of people underestimate Zarya's DPS with no energy. I think it's still something like 90 damage per second. So I like to just beam and sit there and see what they do because eventually they'd like to like not attack for a while. But if you just keep beaming, eventually they have to attack you. They can't just let you keep doing free damage. And then you just walk into their face with the bubble. You got some out of it though. You're probably like at 50 right now or something like that. But so right now you're kind of dead set on the Zarya. If you turn to the soldier right now, you will melt him in a matter of like 3 seconds. Yeah, and then yeah, because the D.Va just keeps getting pocketed. So this is the issue right here of just target prioritization. The soldier should be dead right now. And then Mercy goes forward, and then your whole team dies. Yeah, they're falling apart. So really on that one, so you play on the first point, you played it a lot better than everybody else. On this one, you kind of didn't play so well on this point. The death to the Hanzo, um, you could have, if you played cover better, you could have killed him, or if you played a little bit more to the situation, you would have been alive. Uh, and then, yeah, the bubble usage got you killed on the second one, and on the second life. And in this one, the team was pretty much all jacked up at that point, and basically in a big scramble. So you guys were destined to lose that fight as well. But if you were able to do a little bit like the little opportunities to like kind of help swing the fight in your direction, like killing the soldier or bubbling, not preemptively, but bubbling on reaction to damage, uh, could have swung the fight. I'm not sure what it would have resulted in. Maybe you guys still lose, but those parts could be cleaned up.